Good morning. It is 10:25 a.m. on Friday, February 23rd, 2018. I'm Christiana Ellison. I've been up for a little while. This is 5 more minutes. So, remember yesterday how if you watched yesterday, you remember yesterday. But one of the things that I said in there was that I was actually waiting to talk to her vets just one more time before making a final decision. And as it happens, they actually did have to say different things than I thought they would, which is to say that some of her symptoms aren't typical of the cancer progressing, which might mean that it's something else which could get better. We don't know what that is exactly, but what they actually suggested is that if the pain medicine she was on wasn't helping very much, maybe another one would be better, and that if we try that and she feels better, then maybe there's time to figure out what else is really going on and causing her this discomfort. And if it is in fact her cancer, then we're back where we started. But on the chance that it might be something else that could be improved some other way, or if her quality of life can be maintained for a significant period some other way, then let's at least find out. And so turns out we didn't do what I thought we were going to do yesterday, and I was going to be able to point the camera at Luna, but then she moved around the corner, so she's snoozing over there right now. We're 24 hours in on the new pain medicine, and it does seem to be making somewhat of a difference. Her appetite was low, but they said that the antibiotics that she had been on might be doing that. And so since we've stopped that, she does seem to have her appetite returned a little bit. It's still not, I still kind of have to encourage her to eat, and it's canned food rather than the dry, which, she likes better, and I still have to encourage her a little bit, but it's better than when I was trying to give her anything she wanted, and she just didn't want anything. So I guess it's a weird situation, because as painful as the decision was to say that it was time, at least once the decision's made, you feel like, well, it felt like I was sure it was the right thing, and there's a piece to that. Now we're kind of right back into the who knows, and it all just ties into having, okay, well, what am I doing for work? Because I was supposed to be at work yesterday and today, and then I was supposed to be leaving on my trip on Saturday, so what to do about that trip, while still in this holding pattern of seeing how she improves on this medicine, because she does seem somewhat more comfortable, but she also did still wake me up in the middle of the night a couple of times last night and in whining at me, and nothing seemed to settle her except just sitting next to her and and petting her. But I don't know what that was. Is that pain? It's hard to say, because she was obviously in pain before. It's less obvious now. She's maybe sleepier. So, the new pain medicine is definitely doing something different. But what that means for the next steps, it just kind of takes something that seemed like, well, where I was yesterday was, if it was her cancer returning and there wasn't really going to be any way to make that better, and it just became a race to see how much medicine we could give her in order to keep her feeling comfortable, that felt like I didn't want to draw that out. But if the new pain medicine can actually keep her feeling pretty good for now, and it's not actually her cancer causing these immediate symptoms, which might mean there's more time with the cancer, now it doesn't feel so certain anymore. So it's good news in some respects, in the sense that she's still here. She's just around the corner instead of where I can point the camera at her easily. I don't want to disturb her for that, though. So she's still here, and we don't know what the next steps are yet. Then I'm waiting to follow up with the doctor, because again, it's like, if the new medicine didn't seem to make any difference, then it might have just been a, well, you know, we tried and now it's time again to make that same decision. But if she is doing better, now what? Because that might mean, like, okay, well, do we do another CT scan, which is expensive, and essentially would be like, well, maybe we can tell if it is the cancer and if it's spreading, but if it is, then what? And if it's not, then what? So, yeah, so we basically went from a sad certainty to a precarious uncertainty again. But as painful as the sort of waiting limbo is, I did spend all day with her yesterday, and she is still here today, and so I'm thankful for that, at least. And I just, you know, I think what I'm committed to at this point is I want to try to not make her endure something for me. But if the new medicine will have her feeling okay, then maybe there's time to figure something else out. And I don't know, maybe this is just a reprieve of a couple of days, but the doctors did say the symptoms I'm seeing are not what her cancer would usually do. It doesn't mean it's not her cancer, but it also means that it might not be her cancer. And I didn't feel like I could move forward with the original plan, knowing that there might be something else that could be done other than just making her suffer through, you know, whatever. So I don't know. Anyway, I do want to just say I am so enormously grateful for everybody who reached out to me over social media yesterday, and like, even, you know, once I had made the decision that I wasn't moving forward with everything yesterday, it started to feel a little bit weird getting messages on the video where people assumed that's still what was happening. But, you know, at the same time, you know, these videos are always a snapshot of when I record them. And that's definitely where I was yesterday. And, you know, it's not like everything's fine now. But I just want to say that it means so much to me, everyone that reached out. And I want to thank everyone for that. And it's going to be kind of an ongoing thing, I think, for another little while. And we'll see how that develops. I'm going to try to not be embarrassed that I put out that video yesterday before talking to the vets instead of after. But yeah, so right now I'm waiting to talk to the vets to let them know that she does seem to be at least somewhat improved so far on the new pain medicine. They said that this one could take 24 to 48 hours to see the effect, and I am seeing some effect now. So yeah, we went from, yep, this is happening, to now who knows again. And I don't know what this means for my trip. Although right now I would say it's a good chance that I'm at least delaying that. We'll see. I mean, you know, if over the next day or so she just seems like it's night and day difference, she is just so much better dramatically on this medicine, that maybe she'll be fine for a while. I don't even know. And that's where I'm at. So feeling a little bit not numb, but overwhelmed. Yeah, and I've cried a bunch already. So that's where I'm at. Thank you, everybody, again for reaching out, and I'll talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.